Available to help guide you through the real estate, finance, tax, and credit topics you need to know that is truly relative to your home market and improving your financial wellness. Now, here are your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Fronti.
Well, welcome to the second hour of our favorite 2 hours of our week. That's right, 2 hours sharing with you what we learn, what we basically research, and bringing on great experts to help educate you, inform, and hopefully enrich and engage and enlighten. I'm on E's today.
No, he's not on E, folks.
No, I just I love the E's though. I'm inspired today, but that's an I know. Anyways, we're really excited. We've had a great first half of our show with Chris Ingram of Infinity Wealth Management and Pam Ingram with Remax. Yes, they are a mother and son team, basically, in informing you about your opportunities and how the markets can affect either your portfolios or your real estate. And it's been a great show. And anytime, you can always check out our shows by going to donandgino.com, donandgino.com. We have 150 of our shows now recorded there live, thanks to AP Productions. Mr. Furman in the house. Thank you, Furman. And, of course, we want to throw a shout-out to our producer, Shannon. Shannon, wake up. She had 3 shots of espresso. She's raring to go, helping us bring this great information to you every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., right here in our Vault Media Studios, our custom-built studios right here at Cherry Creek Mortgage.
Breathe.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. So actually, it's been really great working out of the vault. It's been super comfortable for us. It creates a really good synergy. We all get to look at each other, and it feels very conversational. So it makes things a lot more natural.
Well, you can look at us too. That's right, because this is filmed live, and you can tell by all the bloopers. I get it, but that's just to let you know we gather up this information as live as possible and make it real. This is just a real conversation amongst professionals to help guide you to personal and financial wellness, and that's our goal. So go to donandgino.com, click on Listen and Chat Live, and voila, there's 3 HD cameras on our studio right now.
You know, actually, you just hit on a point that, I think as a radio listener myself, as you listen to the radio, you don't know what's been scripted, what hasn't been scripted, what's been going on. And I can tell you that this conversation we're having right here is the same conversation we would be having at the gym in the morning.
Actually, it is the same conversation.
That's what I'm saying. So
it is.
It is. It's
and during our breaks, this is the same thing we talk about during our breaks. So you're in the know. You're listening in on insider information. Can they get busted for that, Chris?
No.
Okay,
I think we're good.
FCC is not going to be calling you because you got insider information about what you should and shouldn't be doing to protect your assets. That's our job. So, on that note, let's give you a little rundown. What's going on in the real estate markets today and the markets. We always give you an update. We did on our first hour. All right, Gino brought up some interesting information. We got to give you the note because the media likes to put spins on things, and we like to debunk them so you don't panic. We don't want anybody running for the hills or moving to other countries, because basically the home builders said that we had the worst
number in 29 years, right?
Oh, no.
And the reality of it is I didn't have too much time. I would have loved to dive in to break it up, see California and see what different states were. We know that it was, number one, it was weather impacted this year with all the problems that they had on the East Coast. So we know that number was weather impacted, number one. And number two, I'm looking at it as a good sign. I think builders are being more prudent than they've been in the past. They're not going to overbuild this time. And I think that long term for our economy, if they stop building a little bit, it's actually really good. If the builders stop building, then the resale market, Pam, can continue to be strong like it was last year.
Right.
And we always, every week we're going to inform you that you're going to start seeing, and I know we're kind of are regurgitating the same thing over and over, but it's imperative that you understand that year-over-year appreciation numbers are going to go down because they have to go down from almost all-time highs. Especially here in Los Angeles. Pam, what do we have? 24%, 24.5% appreciation levels right here in Los Angeles?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so
And that's got to slow down.
yeah, you can't have 25% appreciation every single year. Who wants that? I
Right.
mean, unless you
You
own
want
your-
it. You just not. It's not natural.
but
It's
not when you want to buy a home.
No, well, that's true too.
Well, actually, that brings us to one of the subjects that we want to touch on today is affordability,
Yep.
right? Because if appreciation continues at that, it affects affordability. If interest rates climb, it affects affordability. And we're still at historically great affordability levels. Not as good as a couple of years ago, of course, but
Well,
still.
actually, on the contrary.
Tell me why.
Okay, this well, a couple of years ago, you're right. The last couple of years, we've had the best affordability numbers we've had
In history.
Yeah.
In history, but they're still better. Believe it or not, a lot better than they were in 2000.
Okay, and that's awesome because from 2000 to 2007, a lot of money was made in real estate.
Okay, exactly. Thank you for parlaying on my thought process, Gino, because that's exactly what we're talking about. Because rates are still incredibly low. I mean, Pam, you've been in this for a while. These rates are still ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, people used to pray for 5% interest rate.
Dude, 6, 7. Okay,
Yeah.
in 2000, not that long ago, 2000, boom, market was good, everything happening. Rates were in the 8s.
Mm-hmm.
People forget that. As a short-term memory, I have that too.
I've seen 11 and 13%
Yes, when
and
I was in
people were
it,
still buying houses.
Yep, absolutely. You had to get an adjustable rate mortgage
had
or
to.
a graduated payment mortgage.
Right.
Because the rates were in the 11, 12% range.
Oh, you didn't just say graduated payment
I
mortgage.
just did it
I only
myself.
looked at. I've only seen that in the books.
Yes, and that'd be the encyclopedias that are
Yeah.
no longer around. Thank you for dating me, Gino.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, had to
You are
point
now
that out.
listening to the Don Getling Real Estate Finance Show. And if you just tuned in, we're having a great conversation with two incredible friends and experts. Chris Ingram with Infinity Wealth Management, part of our dream team, America's Professional Resource Group that we've been working on putting together, which is a group of the best professionals we can find that are so accountable to you right here in Santa Cruz that just rock it out of the house. And Chris, thank you for stepping up to the plate and being our financial planner for our APRG group.
You're welcome. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be
amazing.
amazing. Yeah,
Ah.
it's great.
Because all of us, we send you out great information about mortgages and interest rates and investment opportunities and strategies and all that. But the problem is if we do such a good job, you don't need our help after a while.
Actually, I got to tell you, I've sent out a number of emails recently that have said, "Hey, good news. You don't need to refinance. We just evaluated your mortgage. We did a good job the first time." Have any friends?
Yeah. Actually, I'll ask you out there, how many of your lenders have called you to say that they've actually reevaluated your mortgage every year to see if you are paying more interest than you should? Because we're eliminating we're lowering a lot of your payments out there because we're eliminating, with this great appreciation, Pam,
Right.
we're eliminating mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance, everybody goes, I hate it, but it allowed you to get into a home for less than 20% down. Not a bad thing.
Now, I've done a lot of math
Especially
on
when it
mortgage
went up
insurance.
100 grand or so. So now that the appreciation levels are so good, we're able to help a lot of you get out of mortgage insurance, whether it's an FHA loan or a conventional loan, and drastically lower your payment. So please reach out to us and see if that's a potential. You'd be surprised. A lot of you don't know how much your home has appreciated. Pam, you got to admit that.
I was just going to say, you listen to the news, you would believe that nobody has appreciated.
Yes.
And people still think they're underwater, and so many of them have equity in their homes, and they don't realize it because they don't call us to give them an evaluation of their home. If they find they have equity, then they call you. They can refinance, or they may want to sell and move
How
up.
can they call you to find out what their home's worth?
291-1PAM.
291-1PAM. That's
The one
easy.
and only.
Yes, yes. And you'd be surprised. Isn't it great given the good news? Because most cases,
That's
it's
great.
good news.
Yes,
All right.
definitely.
We have lots of good news on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. You want to tune in to our next segment because we're going to talk about the affordability that Gino mentioned and how rising interest rates, and I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the numbers that others are suggesting, how interest rates could affect your portfolio, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
And affect your opportunities to purchase in one of the best real estate markets you may ever see. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, you aren't going to want to miss this.
But just like